God is a woman with jet black hair that just reaches down to the basement of her sandals. So she has to walk around carrying the strands in one armful, just so it stays clear from being dragged on the filth from the land that she walks on. And I believe God is a woman with the fingernails of the limbs of the breaths taken by newborns, and tattoos of the names of all her children spread throughout her back and forearms, and the body movie stars can only dream of. I believe God is a woman with the complexion of watching the sunrise and the elegance of a dove, with blank pupils, white like the way the light shines. So when you look into her eyes, it would almost be as if she were blind. But it just makes it easier for her to see past the deception, tongue speak, and listen to the honesty in people's souls, and judge that man for his deeds, the way he lived, and eventually what he died for. And I believe she walks among us, dressed in long black shawls with hair that reaches down to her feet, and taking the time to sip on Turkish coffee while sitting outside of cafe shops in New York City, watching children running the streets and innocently ignoring just how cold the world is, but each day losing a piece of the innocence that they were once born with. And I believe she has no religion. I believe she relies on faith and not belief systems, while understanding the predicaments that our youth are in. So I believe she walks these corners at night because she knows she has to go to them. And I believe she has a heart big enough to forgive even history's most heinous sins, whether it be the Holocaust or trading Africans, whether it be the government massacres, Iraqis, or Palestinians. I believe even she would never find it in her heart to combine her children to the evils that they live in. And I believe she's been scarred and butchered by men. I believe she's walked this earth before and has been raped by kings, slave owners, American soldiers, and even jealous boyfriends. So when it comes to Christ, it's only people's ignorance that would ever compare her crucifixions. But each lifetime she spent, she remains all the more beautiful, and the wisdom all the more fruitful. And I know she's had way too many conversations with schoolgirls, telling them the ugliness of the world and warn them of men, scriptures, and priests that try to make you believe Eve is the cause for all your natural temptations. And sitting around in campfires and rocking chairs and holding on to toddlers while teenagers comb her hair, and surrounded by convicts and children that condemn the innocent, and sharing her words and restoring the faith of those who even have a second to take the time to listen. And I believe she's witnessed the most wickedest things. I believe she's seen her village being raided and burned of natives, and spent time in concentration camps, and even sat in American embassies watching terrorists leave the premises just before the ceiling starts to cave in, and just before the first tower fell. I know she was somewhere in the building. And I believe God is a woman that's just lived through way too many holy wars to believe the one that we're living right now, which is rehearsed in the last pages Revelation has marked out for us to witness. And I believe she walks among us, dressed with long black shawls and hair that reaches down to her feet, and this type of love for Turkish coffee, like it was the one addiction that can have the low-fallen victim. And I believe God is a woman, because if God were a man, somehow I think I lose my faith again.